whenever we deliberate the budget of a certain agency, that the head of the agency must be present. At this point in time, there are no staff here. The head of agency present on the office of the Vice President. And we only have a DBM here. A DBM even answered that only, the COA even answered that only the OVP could be able to answer that. Perhaps we could be able to say it. Kanina, sinabi rin po ni Congressman Marcoleta, is a cherished tradition to approve the budget immediately. But there's a cherished tradition that when we deliberate a budget of any agency, that the head of agency should be present. That is my parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Chair.
So, as we had explained earlier, we received a letter dated 10 September. At doon sa liham na yon, pinaliwanag ng ating Vice Presidente na ating representative mula sa COA, yung si Assistant Commissioner Juliano, ay wala siya masyadong naibigay na information dahil hindi naman po siya yung individual na nakakaalam nung mga tinatanong ng mga members. That's one. Pangalawa po, ang audit report for 2023 ay hindi pa po posted ng COA. So, hindi pa alam ng ating mga members, pati ng ating mga kababayan. And that's the reason for why marami pong nakalista sa ngayon. There are 14 members who wish to ask questions. So, kung sana po mamarapati natin, ay papayagan natin ang ating mga miyembro na magtanong. Kasi meron silang mga genuine na curiosity talaga dito sa budget ng OVP. So, yun lang po. Kaya, payagan na muna natin. And later on, let's decide kung anong gusto natin gawin dito sa budget ng OVP.
Madam Chair.
Yes, po.
Yeah, I would accede to that, Madam Chair. But let me just explain further. No? I was asked, what if the Vice President would not come to the briefing? No? Sabi ko, that's fine. As long as other officials of the OVP that could be able to answer us concerning the budget would come, Madam Chair.
Yes.
But there's no one here.
Thank
Secondly,
you.
Madam Chair,
We have already...
I would like to remind our people that are listening right now, this is not just one congressman. This is a collegial body. And being a collegial body, as given the mandate by the Constitution, to brief and ask questions concerning the budget, the fact that the head of the agency is not here today is further giving an insult to the body here, and that is, I think, would be unconstitutional, Madam Chair. Yun lang po ang gusto kong sabihin. And I would accede that we should continue on. Thank you.
Salamat po. And again, continuing with the proceedings does not mean that this is an acceptable situation. Ang sinasabi lang po natin is, let us take advantage of the presence of our very hardworking members of COA and DBM. Pagkakataon na po na malaman ang hindi natin nalalaman tungkol sa budget ng OVP. So with that, please proceed. Salamat. Next is from the majority. We have the Honorable Jervil Luistro.
Good morning, Madam Chair, and good morning to all the esteemed colleagues and our resource speakers. First of all, I just wish to make a very short manifestation on the issue earlier. This representation could not relate to the cherished and long-standing tradition because this is the first term of this representation. Nonetheless, I understand that by that tradition, we're supposed to extend parliamentary courtesy, and by which we're not supposed to raise questions on the budget of the OVP. However, Madam Chair, I wish to ask the committee if we will be always submitting to this tradition, what happens to the constitutional provision on public office is a public trust, and that we should always be accountable to the people. While this representation differ to the wisdom of the senior members, I wish to manifest that I, and I hope along with the new breed of legislators, are inclined to honor the tradition, contrary to the manifestation of the Honorable Marcoleta. However, Madam Chair, what happens if the tradition is not sufficient? What happens if the tradition is not effective? What happens if the tradition does not unite and instead it divides? Let us all remember that in all parliamentary proceedings, the majority always rule. And it is on this slide that I wish to commend the chair for immediately proceeding to the division of the House. And when the committee voted for no, it has rendered the issue yes, moot and academic. And I concede to the Honorable Garin that even this representation disregard this rule. That is a manifestation, Madam Chair. And proceeding to the interpellation, I wish to invite the attention of the COA to welfare goods. Can we show the slide first, please? There are three...
Yes, while waiting for the slides. Indeed,
Yes, Madam Chair.
Indeed, the highest form of tradition in the House is the will of the majority.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Salamat.
But that was very enlightening, Madam Chair. The exchange of arguments. And proceeding, Madam Chair, I wish to state for the record that in order to address three social problems, problem on malnutrition, problem on poverty, and even problem on calamity response, the OVP launched the distribution of welfare goods program, as well as the OVP Kalusugan food truck. I hope we can show the slide. However, Madam Chair,
The slides, please.
regardless of how ideal and how good these programs are, there are rules that we need to follow. And I wish to invite the attention. The first slide, please. The first slide.
One slide back.
This is the last.
Oh, sorry.
I have 3 slides only, Madam Chair. There. To address the problem on malnutrition, calamity response, and hunger, the OVP launched the distribution of welfare goods and Kalusugan food truck, and will laud this program of the Office of the Vice President. Nonetheless, Madam Chair, there are rules that need to be followed, and this is in line with the constitutional provision that public office is a public trust, and therefore we need to follow these rules. I wish to invite the attention of the committee to Section 123 of PD 1445. This is about the audit of government offices. Kailangan po natin ng internal control. And then we proceed to Section 124, PD 1445 again. The responsibility of the head of the agency to install the internal control. Now, I wish to go to the COA. Ito po bang Section 123 at Section 124, were this complied with by the Office of the Vice President during the implementation, launching of this distribution of welfare goods, as well as the OVP Kalusugan food truck?
Madam Chair, based on our report, the various deficiencies noted in the distribution of welfare
Madam
goods...
Chair, can we ask the COA to limit the answer to the question which is being propounded? Sunod po ba itong Section 123? Yes or no?
Based on our report, it is not strictly in accordance with sections 123 and 124.
So it was not strict